Today on the Mack Talks, episode 49, we cover men need more female mentors, Logan Paul is going to box Antonio Brown, and DraftKings investigates Bachelorette contestant for cheating. Let's go. Chase, tell the people what the Mack Talks are.
If you're an entrepreneur, impactful leader, or business owner, the Mack Talks are that vehicle that brings you the stories that you need to hear.
That's right, real stories from real leaders. Check us out every Thursday. 49, right?
Yep.
Episode 49. What's good, bro?
Nothing much, bro.
Chase Hutchison, the co-host.
Chase Hollywood Hutchison. My
Look
fans
at
are calling me.
You got that.
I mean, I didn't come up with that. My fans are calling. I think it's stupid, but
Is it the new glasses that they go with that?
I think it's the glasses, the hair, the
didn't
Hollywood
like the
good looks.
I didn't really like
I think it's stupid, but
I didn't really like the glasses, but they're growing on me. They're growing on me.
I just think they make me look smarter, and that gives me an edge.
So this is episode 49 of the Mack Talks.
Yes, sir.
And
how you doing, Scott?
I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking.
I bet you don't get asked that a lot.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I never get asked that. I never get asked that, and I appreciate you asking me because I needed that.
Well, I love your attire today. You got the sweater blazer combo, which is very powerful, very potent.
If I told you once, I told you a million times, don't you ever reference my sweater until I reference it first.
Okay.
I will reference this
the first
sweater
time you
game.
said that. But
I'm going with the Ryan Christopher look.
Hey,
I'm trying to be on Fox.
All he's missing is the gold chain, but we'll get there.
I love that guy, Ryan Christopher. Good friend of Chef Plums, who's a good friend of us. We're getting to know him, so I imagine we're going to get to know Ryan Christopher.
Hopefully soon.
I like that guy.
I do
Started
too.
at CT8, right?
He's sharp.
At In Style or whatever the style. What was that show called?
CT Style.
CT Style.
He's glowed up too.
Big time.
He's on big networks now.
That kid, I want to call him a kid because I know he's probably 10 years younger than me. He's going places. He's going to the big dance. He's going to the big dance.
Yeah, he is. He's already kind of at the big dance.
He is. He's in the biggest. He's in the biggest market.
He's standing against the wall, waiting for his date to come out. Like he's at the dance. He's at the dance. He's just got to go on the floor.
So anyway, we like that guy. I'm stealing his look today, and this is going to be my look in 2020. I said it. I said I'm rolling out 2020 turtleneck season blazer. I'm hitting it hard. I'm going for the fences, and that's what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to have a couple of guests on, but they had to cancel. So we rescheduled that. So it's just me and my young lad chopping it up. We're going to do a little rundown. We're going to do a little Mac move, whack move, right? What else are we going to do? What else are we going to do today on this program? We got this plane off the ground. It was rough. It was rough getting this plane off the ground. This podcast was supposed to start 43 minutes ago. But listen, we're in the air. It was a creaky takeoff. It was like shit was, luggage was falling from the ceiling. Cameras were getting knocked over.
Turbulence.
It was tough. But we got this thing in the air and we're flying and we're going to get you to your destination.
Yep.
Which is quality content. That's the destination we're going to. We're going to quality content. And if you're coming, then get on board. All right.
Sound like Aunt Mary Pat.
Aunt Mary Pitt. All right, so do we want to really quickly, let's just kind of, before we jump into the rundown, let's kind of let's talk about a little bit of housekeeping. So, I went to the Eagles game, right?
Yep.
Good time to be had. I can't imagine there being a more diverse parking lot. I just can't imagine than any other stadium when it comes to be playoff time and it comes to be time to rock and roll in the parking lot. Like you literally, it's like the different genres are unbelievable.
Yeah.
You've got the hip hop crowd, with their tailgate thing going on, right? And they're just like, they're playing Drake and they're fucking drinking White Claw. Like the young kids are drinking White Claw and they're, you know what I mean? Like they're not really the thugged out dudes.
It kind of kills me when I see an adult, like a very older person drinking a White Claw. Doesn't it kind of kill you a little bit?
Yeah, I don't.
You're like,
White
what
Claws.
Are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. You're so right with
anyway,
that.
Continue.
Yeah. So anyway, as you know, I went and found our boy. What is our boy's name? The guy with the huge belly that has the Philly Fanatic tattooed on his stomach?
Yeah, and the belly
we don't even know
is
his
the
name.
mouth. Yeah.
His name should just be the boy.
Philly boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude was hammered. Like he was drunk.
He can drink.
He tried to pick up my wife.
He can drink.
You know when somebody
you texted me that, I thought you meant he was hitting on her trying to pick her up and bring her in his van.
No, he literally tried to pick her
He
up.
literally tried to pick her up off the ground.
Yes,
just
he did.
for clarification.
All right, so let me tell you how it happened. So I see him. I was looking for him, and I see him, and he had on a sweatshirt, but I know that boy. Like, I know that boy. I could tell by his build. I could tell. And then I saw him pull up his shirt for somebody else, and then I'm like, that's the boy. I'm going to go get a picture with him. And then he went into the trailer, and he was in there forever, and I'm just standing there just waiting for him to come out of this RV. And my wife's like, what are we doing here? And I'm like, I'm waiting for the big guy with the big
legend.
belly to come out so I can get a picture with him.
The king of Philadelphia.
So, dude, he comes out. He's got a twisted tea in his hand. He steps out of the RV. He does like, you know how when somebody drank too much when they do like that drop step? Like they just do a drop step.
The stabilizer.
Yeah,
like, whoa.
It's like they need that third leg to keep them up. They need to put the kickstand out.
Yeah.
So he did that. And I'm like, this dude is hammered. So I walked up to him, and I could tell that he probably gets nagged for pictures all the time. I mean, the dude's a goddamn Philly celebrity, right? And, I went about it the right way. I'm like, my daughter loves your tattoos, and she loves the mascots of Philly. Can we grab a picture real quick?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. I mean, he was hammered, bro. I don't even think he could have put two words together.
Wow.
So then he takes his shirt off for these girls, and he starts posing pictures with them. And I'm like, oh, can you get a picture with my wife too? And he tries to pick her up. Now, I wouldn't have had a problem with him picking her up and holding her. I would have had a problem with him dropping her and me missing the playoff game to take her to the hospital.
Yeah.
And that's what I was concerned about. I wasn't concerned about him holding her. I was concerned about him falling. So he picked her up. We snapped a picture, went into the game, lost the goddamn game. End of story. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It goes down in the history books, though.
Listen,
for you.
bro,
Playoff
when I
games.
look at this parking lot, I think of you. Like you. This parking lot is built for you. It really is. And I was there with my wife and my daughter, and I love them to death. I do. They're just not tailgate people.
Yeah.
You know, I think I could work Macy into it. My wife,
not her cup of tea.
not her cup of tea, bro. She's Brazilian. She ain't down to tailgate at an NFL game. Like, she's just not down. But anyway, what's up with you?
Nothing much, man. I mean, obviously it's 2020, and we
How
got
you
a
feeling about
huge year
2020?
coming
This is our
up.
first podcast.
I mean, I feel like every year that I'm at this company, we grow a little bit more, and I feel like this is the year that we're really going to step in shit, so to speak, and explode. So that's really where my brain's at, you know? I got a lot going on. A lot of balls in the air. A lot of juggling going on right now.
Yeah, man. So we hit our goal.
Last year, yeah.
We did.
2019.
And it was a squeaker. Like, we squeezed out, I think it was like $2,000 came in that put us at our goal. We didn't hit our stretch goal. We hit our stretch goal in marketing. We did not hit our stretch goal overall.
Yeah.
So, but we did hit our goal. And we're excited, bro. We are rocking and rolling, aren't we? We are ready to freaking crush 2020.
Yeah. We took some time off around the holidays to recharge. I think that in sales,
Who took time off?
your job is to...
We didn't take any time off.
took
You
time
took like
off,
2
bro.
days off, bro. That's not taking. When you say you take time off, it sounds like a week. You took 2 days off, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
You took
It
2
felt like
days
a
off.
week, though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't like being out away. Like, I don't like taking time off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing out. You know what it is, guys? You know what it is? There's two things. One, when you're working and nobody else is working, you get that feeling that nobody else is working and you're getting ahead. But then when you're not working and you feel like other people are working and getting ahead of you.
Yes.
And in entrepreneurship, sales, business, that's how I always constantly feel. Like I like there's competition out there and they're grinding harder than me, and so I need to grind harder in order to beat them.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, that's the great part.
But you know what else is hard is that, like, it's hard when they're not there for you to sell them because they're, you know what I mean? That's what makes it tough, right?
Yeah, well, a lot more goes into selling than just being on the phone and closing, you know?
That's true.
You have to do a lot of groundwork and legwork in order to make those things happen. So, you know, last night I was in here till 7 p.m. The night before that, you know, 6:30. Last week I was in here till 8 one of those nights. But, you know, that's I love it. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. But the whole thing is, at the end of the day, you need to have results. So as hard as you're grinding, don't look at your grind and be like, well, well, I'm working this hard, and no, the proof's in the pudding, guys. You know, the proof is in the pudding.
It's in the pudding.
You got to get results. So
True that. So we're excited.
Yeah.
We're excited to move forward with 2020. We're excited to grow the show. We're excited to grow Mack Media. We've got a lot of really exciting things happening. And I'm excited to see kind of where we go.
2020 is the year that video content becomes a requirement.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's my line now.
Oh, hell yeah. You know what?
That's my line.
A special friend of mine, Kim Bova, once told me that 2019 was the year of the, what was it? What's her saying? How's it go?
Matthew McConaughey, are you talking about?
Oh, no. I was going to
I'm talking about Matthew McConaughey.
Well, Kim
I'd rather
Bova said
quote Matthew
2019
McConaughey.
was the year of getting things in order, and 2020 is the year of the glow up, girl. That's what she said. You tell me what Matthew McConaughey said.
Matthew McConaughey said 2019 was the year of, wouldn't it be cool if we did? And then 2020 is the year of, wouldn't it be cool?
No. Wasn't it cool?
Wasn't it cool that we do?
If we do. No. It was do and then did, dummy. All right. So anyway, let's get into this program here before we lose some listeners.
Oh, 2020. The last thing is, it's the year of vision, because 2020 vision. It's
true.
Okay.
It's true. You know
All right,
what they say about you know what they say about that, don't you? You know. All right. So we are going to jump into this program here right now. And what are we doing first, bro? Why wouldn't you put the rundown on the left-hand side of the document? Because we're doing it first, and you read from left to right. I'd expect more from a college-educated fellow like yourself. Now, if I did this, I would get it. Like, I'm a little dyslexic. I go backwards. I get it. But this is throwing me off. I want to do the right. I want to flip it around next time. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Mm-hmm. Well, they're labeled, so if you can't read it, then you know that's your problem.
Oh, wow.
They're labeled.
That's awesome.
I mean, they're labeled.
That's awesome.
So we got the rundown coming up first, as we always do. I'm not going to stray from what we've always done. I'm going to go ahead and stick with our regular routine and start us off with the rundown. Guys, you know what it is. We're going to talk about some topics, some stories, and then share our take on them from the news. So the first one. And I'm going to pitch this to you, Scott. Men need female mentors now more than ever.
Yes.
Nearly
Nothing
half
wrong with it.
Nearly half of women report not having access to the kind of senior leaders who could serve as effective mentors. But to diversify leadership in the modern workplace, we'll need to hear more from women who are mentoring men as well. And this is coming from an executive coach, Rania Anderson, in a recent Harvard Business Review column.
So I think this comes down to what we covered a few episodes back, where women are being, they're climbing in the workforce. You know what I mean? Like, they're getting more of the positions that they weren't getting back in the day. Mm-hmm. And when you put them in these positions, that's what's going to allow them to mentor more men. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I have no problem with this. I think it's ridiculous to even have this discussion. Like, a mentor is a mentor. Who gives a shit, right? Like, whether it's a male or a female, you have a mentor. You know what I mean? Like, why is it like?
No, because everything's gendered. I mean, it's hard. We're adjusting now to a world where we want equality of the genders, and so we're adjusting. And so they're saying that maybe we should take more from that pool
I hear you.
of thought.
I'm going to be honest with you.
There are different schools of thought between men and women, and that when you're a man, you're looking for a male mentor because you can connect better with that person based upon social norms. So
yeah, I guess.
But that's what I'm saying is the past, right? I'm saying the future is we're going to have just mentors, and they're going to be men and women.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I personally, I've had female mentors in the sense back in when I was in school.
My co-host has had a female mentor
back when I was in school.
Yeah,
and she's really the one that inspired me to study what I did in college.
Yep.
So she had a huge impact on me in that way. But I would say in business and in life, my mentors have primarily been male.
Yeah.
And then if you have Scott Johnson, he's never had a mentor. He's
I've had
his
mentors.
own mentor.
What are you talking about? Scrappy, bro. Just kidding. All right, so that's pretty interesting. I personally don't have a problem with it, but I'm going to tell you what. There are a lot of men out there that probably do. There are a lot of men being like, she's not going to be my mentor.
You think there are men out there that have a problem with women taking a leadership or a dominant position?
Yeah, and I think they're losers. That's what I think.
You're an idiot if you think that.
Yeah, not in my company.
I would just look at it like I'm going to get so much insight, right, into stuff that I never, because I'm a male. It's different being a male.
Especially in your case, I'm going to
get insight.
You've got great hair. In my case, I have no hair. So like in your case, they could actually give you, some tips on your hair, like I do, but you don't listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, all right. So that is that. Now let's go to topic number 2, which is.
Go ahead, Scott.
Walk-On's Bistro and Bar. So Walk-On's Bistro and Bar is a Buffalo Wild Wings type of place, I guess. It's like a sports bar, except it's a million times better than Buffalo Wild Wings. I found out about this because I was watching Undercover Boss, and I kind of watched the guy's whole story. So the dude that owns it, what's his name here? Where's his name? Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey's in this article, bro. That's your boy. So, I don't have his name. Where's his name, Chase?
So, anyway, just tell his story.
Yeah. So basically, this dude was a walk-on at his college. Him and his buddy, and they came up with the concept of starting this sports bar called Walk-Ons. Started from the ground up, had one restaurant, grew it to 4 or 5. They're down in New Orleans. At that point, he bought his partner out, and he was working one day. I think he grew it a few more locations, and then Drew Brees called him and was like, "I want to buy 25% of your company," and he was like, "Oh hell yeah," because he was a Saints fan.
Let's go.
Yeah. So Drew Brees bought into this company, 25%. And now they have like 16, 17 locations across 4 states. And their food looks unbelievable.
Was Drew Brees a walk-on? Do you know that information? No.
Drew Brees, without a doubt, was not a walk-on.
Okay.
He was a stud of an athlete. And I think he had, what is it called when you crush it in a sport? Like you're a letter, what did they say? You're 3-letter sports?
Yeah, you're a lettered.
Whatever it is. He was at all sports.
Okay.
So like there were multiple sports that he could have played coming out of high school, I think. He was a good baseball player, good basketball player. But he decided to sling that rock. You know what I mean? Go for them passing yards, them passing hitters, boy.
Yeah, he reminds me of Steve Nash.
Does he?
A little bit.
A little bit, maybe.
Anyway, isn't this amazing that what a call to have.
I know.
Have Drew Brees call you and say, I want to, basically, because it's not, I want to buy 25% of your business. That's one thing. But also, he's going to be your business partner now, and he's going to be the face of your business.
How much easier could it be?
It's like a godsend.
I know.
It's like a letter from, it's like a reaching out from the heavens.
Yeah.
And being like, hey, you want to make millions of dollars and live and meet all the greatest athletes? That network that he can pull from.
Yep.
Is insane.
No, I think it's awesome. And dude, the place looked cool. Like if you saw this, like watch the video, it's freaking really, really cool place. It's not like Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings is a piece of shit.
You know what would make it even cooler? If they had a sports book in there.
I'm sure they will soon enough.
Legalize sports gambling.
I'm sure they will soon enough, buddy. And we still don't have this guy's name, do we? Oh, it's freaking Johnny Mars is calling me right now.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, our last guest.
Look at this, Johnny. He's like, Johnson, what's up? What are we doing next, bro?
Take it and put on speaker.
That's what he's going to say. No, I'm not going to do that. But I love that guy. All right. So that's Drew Brees actually dressed up on the show, too. And
yeah, he looked like a caveman.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
They had to put some makeup on to cover that little. That's a dead ringer. That's Drew Brees.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, all right. So that's topic number 2. Now let's go to topic number 3.
Topic number 3. DraftKings investigates Bachelor contestant for cheating. This is an interesting story because this person's in the spotlight and, already getting notoriety. And now it's in for the Bachelor. And now,
okay, bro?
Sorry,
What's going on in there?
My stomach's been a little weird.
Why are you acting like you're the one that drank 3 espresso shots.
Because I don't know. Anyway, former Bachelor contestant Jade Roper Tolbert won $1 million in DraftKings fantasy football event this weekend. But the victory has triggered an investigation after it appears she may have cheated. Roper, who appeared on season 19 of Bachelor and season 2 of Bachelor in Paradise, was participating in DK's Millionaire Maker daily fantasy contest, which involves selecting a lineup of players from the 4 NFL wildcard games. Roper submitted 150 entries, the maximum allowed. And as one of her lineups ended up winning the $1 million top prize, she even bragged about it on social media. To me, it sounds like she and whoever she did this with just found a way to kind of game the system.
Yeah.
And it worked, and now they don't want to pay her.
Yeah, but you can't collude, though. You know that, right? You know what collusion is, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that. And that's kind of what they did.
You can't collude with a partner to...
Can I tell you the problem? Here's the problem. Fantasy football experts has pointed out an interesting wrinkle that her lineups seem to be coordinated with her husband's 150 entries to maximize their chances of winning.
What's wrong
And there's
with that?
no way in hell that they did not use some sort of an algorithm. They had to have used some sort of an algorithm.
Oh.
So at first, DraftKings was all about this. They posted, they added her on a Twitter post and they put, "Will you accept this rose?" And they, a rose emoji as this week's millionaire. Congrats on taking it down. And then they apparently started the investigation. I don't know, man. You can't really collude like that. Like, you can't really do that. Like, what you're saying is that if it's okay to do that, then it's okay for me and 7 of my buddies to walk in, sit at the same poker table, and just run those dudes that are the other people that are at the table. That's illegal. You can't do that.
Yeah, there's got to be rules and guidelines as part of the contest that say.
But I'll also say, like, this is what people are going to do, and this is really sticky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
It's really hard to prove. Mm-hmm. So I would imagine, though, that you're going to have to get, like, what would you need? Like, you would need, like, what type of, like, I don't know, some kind of statistician. You would need, like, I don't know what it would be to figure out if it's humanly possible for somebody to have picked that. And I'm going to tell you the answer is probably no. You have to pick 150 different lineups. You think you're going to remember all that? And then she had to pick 150 different lineups. It's zero that... No way in hell they didn't use a computer program. They had to have.
Or something.
They had to have. So...
what do you think about this as publicity for The Bachelor? And, do you think this is good for ratings? Like,
I don't think so, because it's not really that big of a story. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, like, I heard it on a sports talk radio show. Like, I didn't, you didn't hear about it.
I like how they did that tweet where they're like, "Will you accept this rose?"
Yeah.
And
that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
that was kind of cool. But, I'm sure this happens a lot with this shit, and that's why I don't play these things, because I know I stand zero shot.
Well, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
All right, Wayne Gretzky
said
all
that.
right, Wayno.
And that guy doesn't miss.
No, he doesn't.
He takes 100% of his shots, and he 100% hits every single one.
So, real quick, Chase actually just realized that Wayne Gretzky had a daughter.
Yeah, and she's really attractive.
Yeah.
She's a pretty lady.
Yeah.
And
you missed
married or not married or engaged or at least dating Dustin Johnson. He's a golfer.
All right, so
this guy doesn't miss. Like, I mean, his genes, his everything about him. It's like some people just have that touch.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
And he's a part of Untuck It also.
And he's a part of Untuck It.
You can't beat that guy.
No,
listen. If I was the CEO of Untuck It and
he's a living legend.
Yes.
If you look at his stats, there's nobody else that comes even close. There's nobody that comes close.
The other thing that's really funny is that you look at him and he's like just like a wiry little guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's not like you would be. There's no way that you'd think that guy was an athlete.
Yeah, he looks like a regular guy.
But it's different when you're on skates.
I always say Lionel Messi, when he was younger, he looked like a plumber. He looked like a plumber.
Plugger?
A plumber.
What exactly is a plugger, though?
I don't want to know.
Somebody. Let's just.
I don't want to know.
Go there.
I think he looked like a plumber. He just looks like a regular dude. Cristiano Ronaldo looks like he looks like a
he looks
stud,
like a model,
thoroughbred.
Yeah,
but Lionel Messi, he's like 5'8", the regular looking guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all right. So that is topic number 3, and topic number 4 is. Go ahead, Jake.
Walmart's weapon against Amazon.
Uh-oh. What do they got?
They had to find the silver bullet, right? Because
what is
Amazon
it?
is such a behemoth of a corporation that the only way you could beat them is with some sort of technology that makes you head and shoulders above it better.
And honestly, and only Walmart is, and barely Walmart can actually compete with them, because usually you do some shit and Amazon will just take it.
Yeah.
I mean,
And honestly,
so
they
what are they
probably
doing?
already are. So it's an automated factory.
really?
It's
that
a
Amazon doesn't have an
completely
automated
no.
factory?
It's different. Like it's more efficient. It's Walmart unleashed its latest weapon in the fight against Amazon, the Alpha Bot. It's an automated warehouse to help speed up its grocery picking up service. Analysts are calling it the most promising technology to hit food retail in years. So, it's a robot. It's a completely automated warehouse. It's supposedly head and shoulders above anything that's currently out there.
It moves 10 times the speed of a human.
Does Amazon have robots working in their warehouse? Yes. Are they as good as this? No. Like they don't. I don't know what it is. Lack of not as much human oversight has to go into it. It's all automated. It's all seamless. So
Interesting.
I think that I don't really care. Like if you can take down Amazon, then I'm behind you, because they're getting way too powerful.
Walmart still has only about a 75% success rate for AI or machine learning projects. Man, okay.
That whoever can get to that first is probably going to be the winner of everything, right? That's the big show.
I guess.
Who can get to the best AI technology the fastest?
I get it, but are you going to start ordering from Walmart if they have AI technology?
No, they're saying that it just speeds up shipping time. That's all it does, and makes them more efficient, costs less money. They'll be more. It helps with internal.
No, it's going to help with internal revenue. It's
Yeah.
going to help with profit margins is what it's going to help with, because you got to buy that machine one time and there's maintenance on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm sure. But does he get a little room? Does he get his own bedroom at night? Or they just work that boy to the bone?
They work that boy to the bone, bro.
I hear you. All right. So that's interesting. Let's see how that kind of... I personally think that Amazon probably has this already. They're just... Their shit's just too big. You know what I mean? Like, they're so much bigger than Walmart, right?
Well, yeah. Well, Amazon's bigger, but Walmart's really big too. So,
yeah,
Walmart's really big. They're in all these. They're all over the world too. You forget that Walmart's all over the world. It's not just the U.S.
I hear you.
All right, Scott. This was an interesting topic.
Oh, I love this one. This one was mine. Hold on one second here. All righty here.
Two geniuses.
These two guys right here. Topic number 5, the last topic of the rundown. We have a couple of geniuses on our hand. This duo tried cashing a lottery ticket after gluing on the winning numbers. We do not have a picture of this. I wish we do. I imagine they walked into the redemption center to collect the lotto ticket with a lotto ticket that looked like a ransom note. Like they cut out the different numbers from magazines and they were different sizes and different fonts.
I wonder what kind of glue they used. Just
these guys really did this. 2 Mississippi men are facing felony charges after police said they used glue to attach the winning numbers to a lottery ticket in an attempt to collect $100,000.
This is like what a 4th grader would think of
Otis Latham
to win
and Russell Sparks, both of Columbus, Mississippi, used super glue to attach the winning numbers to the losing ticket. They attempted to cash the ticket on Monday, the Mississippi Lottery said. They have been charged with a conspiracy to commit a felony and uttering counterfeit instrument over $1,000. What is wrong with people? This scares me about society. I'm not even surprised. It's so ridiculous. I'm surprised they just didn't laugh at him. They really arrested him. Do we really need to arrest these guys? Can we just tell them they're stupid?
Yeah.
Do they have to be arrested?
Well, they may be a danger to themselves.
Listen,
and others,
if it's
how
something,
stupid they are.
I get it, but if it's, they're not going to go to jail. There's no way they can go to jail.
No, I wouldn't put
for
them in
this.
jail.
All right, so
It's
why
a
are you
nonviolent
arresting
crime.
them? If somebody really tried to do it and it really looked like it could be passable, yeah, arrest them. These guys came in here with this freaking thing looking like a ransom note. Like I said, Maybe they just actually wrote. It would be funny if they took the pen and they just changed the numbers.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I'm thinking. This is like what a fourth grader's idea of winning, like cheating to win the lottery, you know?
I would give anything to have these guys on the program and be like, what other things have you tried?
Yeah, what else is up?
Like, what else have you possibly tried?
Yeah.
You
what
know?
do you got coming up this year? Like, what? Any good ideas? Like,
Yeah, like what else you guys got? Like, so this was one of 3 plans? What were the other 2 to get $100,000? I'd love to know. Wow. All right. So anyway, that's that. We just want to just touch on that very quickly because those gentlemen, they're entrepreneurs, right? They're just trying to, taking chances. you know?
Yeah.
So you got to take chances. That's what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So.
no, yeah.
All right.
Do better next time, though.
Just do better. Just be a better person.
Be better.
Just have some common sense. You know what I mean? Seriously.
Be better.
All right. So that concludes the rundown, folks. And now we are going to do Mac Move or Whack Move. Sign. Oh, easy. Don't hit the freaking soundboard, bro.
Thanks, brother.
There's your sign. All righty. Chase, a.k.a. I need you to go ahead and read the first topic there, bucko.
We got topic number 1 here, guys. Logan Paul challenged Antonio Brown to a boxing match. Apparently, it all stemmed from a Barstool radio show where Logan Paul was on, and he called him out. The idea was spawned right then and there.
Yeah.
And Barstool offered to put it on Rough and Rowdy, which is their kind of backyard boxing show.
Is that what they're going to do it on?
It's proposed. Look, nothing.
They're not going to do it.
They're not going to. I don't know.
They're not doing it.
They propose. Obviously, they want to do it.
Yeah,
on
they
Rough-
want to do
they
it.
want to do
Rowdy
it
because they want to blow up.
I
Rough and
thought it
Rowdy.
would be interesting to include that in there about Barstool wanting to become a part of it, but I would imagine that a much greater network like DAZN, DAZN, whatever I don't know how to say it yet,
right,
and it's been months.
This is what bothers me about you with this. Ready? It's DAZN, but when they put it on, it's DAZN. So that's just they're not. It's DAZN, like that's how it's spelled. But when you see the logo, they do it the way you see it, which makes you get Confucius.
Okay.
All right? It's DAZN.
All right.
Freaking start saying DAZN. Stop saying you don't know how to say it. It's DAZN. Like calzone, but with a D in front of DAZN.
Okay. All right. So they want to box each other.
Floyd Mayweather is going to be training
Antonio Brown.
And
Logan Paul, you better find a new trainer because you've now lost. Well, you lost one fight, and then you got a tie in the other one. So I would suggest maybe a new trainer. Maybe get Freddie Roach in there, Manny Pacquiao's trainer.
Yes.
Or too bad Cus D'Amato's dead because I would put him up for you as well as a potential trainer.
What the hell are you doing, Antonio Brown? What are you doing? I have no problems with Logan Paul doing this. This is what Logan Paul does. I have no problems with it. It's on brand. It's on brand for Logan Paul. No freaking problem.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Play football, please.
Just stop being
Everybody
a loser.
wants to see you play football.
Just stop being a loser. Would you please?
Yeah.
Just get control of yourself.
This is a huge whack move because it's just for especially for Antonio Brown. This isn't going to help him in any way, shape, or form.
Here's a good question.
I think the money that he's going to make from this fight doesn't outweigh the money that he could potentially be making in the NFL and with sponsors if he just got his act together.
What if he gets hurt?
That's it. He's saying no to all this potential money in order to do this stupid.
Who's he saying no to, Chase?
Doing this
Who's
stupid
he saying
fight.
No to? He's saying no to NFL teams? What story are you watching? Is he saying no to NFL teams, Antonio Brown?
No, he's deterring them from
because
coming back into the NFL
you
with
just
stunts
said that
like
he's
this.
saying
no.
And he wants to play, but the problem is nobody wants to sign him.
He's deterring NFL teams from signing him
They
by
won't-
doing stupid shit like this.
They'll sign him in a second. The problem is the NFL has yet to announce if there's any suspension coming or what the deal is with that whole thing with his former trainer.
It's not helping him.
I get it. I know what you're saying.
It's deterring people from doing it.
No, I agree. I'm with you. I'm just saying, like, he's not. It's not. He wants to play. That's all. I just want to make sure that you know that.
Does he? Does he want to play? Does he want to play?
Colin Kaepernick.
I don't think he really
play.
wants to play, bro.
Colin Kaepernick
keeps
doesn't
doing
wanna
shit
play.
that makes him not be an eligible person for the league. Like, he keeps doing shit over and over. Everyone's telling him to stop. He keeps going. Does he really want to play? I don't know. Maybe he does.
Yeah. I don't know. He's a loser. But
Mack-
this is a good
whack
question,
move.
though. This is a good question for you, though. Who has more money, you think? Logan Paul or Antonio Brown?
Probably.
I bet you Logan Paul does.
I bet you Logan Paul.
I bet he does.
But-
I bet he fucking crushes him.
I don't know.
And that's what's funny. That's the funny fucker. All right. So that's a whack move. Logan Paul.
Probably
I don't
about
have a
the
problem
same.
with Logan Paul doing this. I want to make that very clear. I don't have a problem with Logan Paul doing this. I have a problem with Antonio Brown doing this. This is what Logan Paul does.
Yeah, this is what Logan Paul
On
does.
brand.
I
He's
just hope.
on
I just want
brand.
him to win. Like
He's on brand.
Honestly, the last fight, like, what an embarrassment.
Listen, you could tell me that Antonio Brown. I do not want Antonio Brown to sign with the Eagles. Like, I do not want that guy on my team. I don't care how fucking good he is. I don't care. I don't want him. I don't want him. I don't care how good he is.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a dick. Anyway, next.
I don't either. Next topic. Topic number 2. There's a billionaire giving away $9 million to Twitter followers in a social experiment to see if money makes them happier.
Can we get in on this?
His name is Yusaku Maizawa, and he's giving away 1 million yen to 1,000 followers, amounting to about $9,000 per person. So he's going to give them $9,000. Total's $9 million.
Oh, $9,000 each? Never mind.
It's not that much money,
Did you know that, so it's a social experiment,
but
and he's going to be doing it on YouTube.
he looks like he's really going to do it. It's a serious
He
social
hopes to
experiment.
attract interest of academics and economists.
So
Did you know that this guy is also going to be the first private passenger to fly around the moon with Elon Musk on SpaceX?
no,
Let me ask you this question. Do you think that Elon Musk is going to be going up with the people in the first time that they go up there?
I don't know. I don't think he wants to go up there himself.
He better not get on any of those goddamn things.
No, he can do more work here on Earth.
I get it, but like if you're this millionaire, right? Or this guy, what is he, a billionaire?
Yeah, he's a billionaire.
So if you're this billionaire and you're getting ready to go on the first one, wouldn't you want Elon Musk to be there with you? Because I would.
No, just FaceTime him.
But bro, like I'm not saying like once they go up there, they live up there forever. You know, they're just going up there and they're coming back.
Yeah,
right?
space tourism.
Okay. So like, you don't think that that Elon should go up there? I think that like kind of standing behind his product, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean,
But I also don't want him to go because
You
if
have a
something
point.
happens, then it's the end of the whole thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's truly standing behind your product
It is.
is by getting on there and being like, you know what, I'm going to risk it.
But that's a whole nother show.
For the
anyway,
biscuit.
That's
What do you
this
think
guy.
about this, though? Mack move or whack move?
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm interested to see like how it all kind of shakes out. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go Mack move on it. I think it's pretty interesting. I like social experiments. I think they're cool. You know?
Yeah. I mean, well, Mack move or whack move?
Mack
I mean,
move or whack move
it's
that
just
he's
so
doing it or
harmless
the
that
person?
there's nobody is getting hurt in this, and he, nobody's losing out on this. I just hope that he doesn't. He vets the people that he gives the money to, and make sure that they're stable people and that they fit the mold. I'm sure he's got researchers or scientists helping out with this. If it's a serious social experiment, then they're setting a controlled environment, and I don't, it's a Mack move. I'm interested to see what the people say after they receive the money and if that made them happier.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're a poor person and you don't have a lot of resources and maybe this money helps you get yourself in a better spot, then obviously the answer's got to be you're happier, right? I mean, nobody wants to live live in a shithole.
Yep.
And have to really scrounge for food or whatever. So, I mean, money will make you happy to a point, right?
Yeah.
And then it just comes down to the quality of the relationships that you have in your life, because people are social beings, and our connection with one another is really what keeps us here on Earth.
You know how he's able to do this is that he secured a $900 million payday through the sale of his online fashion business Zozo Inc. to SoftBank Group Corp.
Yeah. I also think that, when you think about making a lot of money, what do you think about doing? Like, you think about providing for other people too. Like, okay, buying a house for yourself, but you also think about, I want to set my family up. I want to set myself up, my kids. Like, you're thinking about other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And doing things for other people, not just yourself.
Gotcha. I hear you. I'd like to do a social experiment. If I had a lot of money, I think I would do something that would be pretty cool. But I'll get back to you as far as what I'm going to do. You know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'll go Mac move on that one. What'd you go with?
I went Mac move.
Wait. All right, so we got Taco Bell next, bro, because God knows we love to cover some Taco Bell shit.
Topic number 3.
I think this is our third time that we've covered a Taco Bell thing. That's okay though. Taco Bell, they keeps it real. They're disgusting. I don't eat it, but they keeps it real. They're always in the news. So I will take this one, Chase. So fast food chain Taco Bell posts $100,000 job. So if you want to make 6 figs, you can do it over at Taco Bell. Forget minimum wage. Taco Bell is looking for talent, and they're willing to pay $100,000 to get it. The fast food chain will test the 6-figure salary in roughly 450 select Midwest and Northwest locations. Hold up.
Northeast
locations. Real quick, can you imagine being in the Midwest making $100,000? That's like making 130, 140.
Yeah.
For us, it's like making 70 over there, right?
It's tough.
So it's something that they're going to test out. Current salaries for general managers at Taco Bell range from $50,000 to $80,000. I hope Taco Bell goes ahead and bumps them up and don't just start bringing in $100,000 employees above those guys, right?
It's definitely for a store manager position, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard this before. Like, I've heard you can be a manager of a Burger King or McDonald's and you can make 70, 80. If you're in there for a long time, you can make 90 up to 100. But oh my God,
yeah,
that's a rough life to
people
live.
You're dealing with.
That's a rough life to live because every time you can't rely on the employees. I mean, did you see the lady flip shit over chicken nuggets in that video I sent you?
Yeah,
over chicken nuggets. Remember,
yeah.
she was going ape shit. I felt so bad for that woman's daughter.
Yeah.
So. According to the company, employees will be expected to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 300. Oh, wow. No, I'm just kidding. So it will also begin offering 24 hours of paid sick time a year to workers at the corporate-owned stores. These changes are the latest signs that brands are coming up with. To target the labor market.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a tough job.
We talk about a lot of some of these jobs, like they're losing people who are interested, like in taking on those careers, and they're very needed jobs.
Yeah,
I mean, like there's probably less like police officers or firefighters, less people interested in joining the military. That's what comes to mind for me.
I think overall people are just freaking lazier nowadays. That's what I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could be that too.
I think it has a lot to do with that. I'm going to go Mac move on this one because obviously, you know, if you start there's some people that, you know, their capabilities are their capabilities. So like if you start working at Taco Bell and you can work your way all the way up to be somebody that makes $100,000, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because you might not be able to do, you know what I mean? Like you might not be able to do other things that could make you $100,000. So, you know, I'm down with it. Mm-hmm. I'm down with it. I think that meat is going to get even cheaper once they start paying their managers $100,000 though. That's for sure. It's already disgusting. But anyway, go ahead.
I mean, my with this topic, my question was more like, would you work at a Taco Bell if they're paying you $100,000? So, and then
Hell no.
Why
would you even?
I don't think you can say that it's a whack move for Taco Bell to start offering $100,000.
Yeah, you're right.
So my
right.
point was, would you work at a Taco Bell if it meant that you were making $100,000 and you had to deal with those people?
No.
Shit, man. There's a lot of things I'd do for money, but work at a Taco Bell is not one of those things.
Full disclosure, neither one of us are making 6 figures.
No.
Not really that close to it. So it's not like I make over 6 figures. I'm going to say this statement. I ain't doing it. I ain't fucking doing it.
I ain't fucking moving.
No, that's horrible. All right, so of course it would be a Mac move that they offer $100,000. What a dumbass I am. Of course it would be.
Of course
it would be.
All right, let's do topic number 4.
This is you, bro. You are killing these LinkedIn ads, aren't you?
I like
these
them.
LinkedIn stories, bro.
Yeah, they're easy.
They're right to the point. Stick and move, stick and move, stick and move.
This topic is: would you sit next to your boss?
Pretty cool. Pretty damn cool.
For many, sitting next to their company's CEO at work is a daunting prospect, but could it actually be motivating for both parties? So
this article was written for us.
I mean,
I'm a fun guy.
So it comes from this guy, Paolo.
Real quick, before we get into this story, let it be known that Chase has a desk right next to my desk in my office. Carry on.
So Paolo, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. He's the CEO of
Paolo. I think you would say him like this. Paolo.
Paolo.
Yeah.
Paolo. CEO of MSC Software says he prefers to sit among his employees. He has 1,000 staff globally and said sitting with the troops makes the workday more fun for him and hopes it helps to motivate his team and his mates.
A little bit different. A little bit different. A little bit same. Like, honestly, I would sit out there too. It's just the desk is here. They would beg the shit out of me if we sat out there. Like, if we sat out there, they would be like, please, no.
Please move it in your office.
Yeah, please move it in.
Yeah.
So I would sit out there amongst the rest of the staff. The problem is the staff doesn't want me there for the fact that I would probably just, I'm a little bit obnoxious. I don't know.
Would you say that this is similar to like sitting in the front of the class at school? Like if you're one, because there's two types of people. There's
sit far away from them and
someone who
sit close
sits
to
far
them.
away from the teacher and someone who sits in the front of the class.
I'm going to sit right in the middle. I'm going to be right in the middle. I'm not going to be too close to him. I'm definitely not going to be in his peripherals.
Yeah.
I'll probably be, maybe 5 or 6 rows behind him. Not in the back, but not in the front. Right? So carry on.
I think it depends on what type of worker you are. But for someone like me, because you could have a different preference, I think some people may work better by themselves in an isolated
because of
environment.
distraction.
Yeah, and then some people may work better when they're amongst people or they're sitting right next to their instructor. So for me, personally, I would say sit next to the CEO as much as you possibly can because you might learn some interesting, valuable lessons about business and about life just from sitting next to somebody who has so much responsibility. I mean, dude.
What happens though when you have to take like sensitive calls that you really shouldn't, maybe your employees shouldn't be listening to? Like when I get those phone calls and then I get those phone calls that come in.
Yeah, well, I don't think that. Yeah, you should move, but
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean,
I can see this being the type of thing where he sits at his desk out with the staff for like 5 hours a week. You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, he's got a desk out there. And imagine if his desk is like the shit, like, you know what I mean? And everybody else has this little rinky-dinky desk.
Yeah, and he doesn't come in he just comes in whenever he feels like it. It's a couple hours a week, and yeah.
The boss who likes a hot desk with his workers. It's interesting.
It's definitely
I give it props. I mean, I give it props. I'll go Mac move on that. You know what I mean?
I have to go Mac
Yeah.
because it's basically what I do.
Similar to what you do.
It's what I do
Yeah.
anyway.
And honestly, it's very similar to that. Like, everybody comes in here. So you've got, everybody just comes in here. My door, although we keep it closed because, like, we're loud.
The volume level?
Yeah, the volume level, the stuff we might be saying, when we're just riffing and stuff. So for the most part, the door is shut. It's a shut door, but it's an open door policy is what I'm trying to basically get to. So like everybody just comes in the office and just talks to us about things that might, different projects, different things that we're doing. Brian comes in, he checks with you. Like it's just an open door policy that we have here. So although we are in a separate office, it's the cockpit. Although we are in a separate office, I feel like we do have this same thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's pretty cool.
That's the way of the future. But just to put it in perspective, back in the day, like sitting in, like nobody sat in the CEO's office. The CEO's office was the CEO's office, and you left him alone.
Yeah,
and you didn't walk in there unless you were.
You would actually knock on the door like this. You're like,
Yeah, back in the day.
Like a little tap, like not even a. You weren't even like. You were a little. Excuse me. Excuse me. Housekeeping. All right, cool. So I think that's pretty dope. Anyway, next one is this one came from Handyman Al. He pointed this out to me. I went and looked it up. Go ahead, Chase.
How do you think Tesla
think?
charging stations are powered in the Midwest where there are no electricity grids to hook up
How do you think?
your charger to?
How do you think? How do you think, green people?
Well, we'll tell you how it is.
We're going to tell you here on the Mack Talks right after this commercial break.
Guess what, guys? Diesel fuel.
Diesel fuel.
Diesel-powered engines. These are what are powering some of the Tesla Superchargers in the Midwest when they can't connect to a power grid. There's actually a picture of like what looks like almost like a tractor trailer or something, like some sort of box truck.
Yep.
And inside of that is a generator, and that's what's powering these Superchargers so that these little Tesla nerds can get to their, get to work or whatever.
And listen, I'm not trying to this is just like in the Midwest when it's in the middle of like, bumblefuck or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not trying to say that it's, they're on the grid here. They're on the electrical grid.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen, I get it eventually, infrastructure in those areas, and it's diesel, dude, a little cleaner, right?
It's a little cleaner.
Yeah. So, but it is kind of ironic though, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's a little ironic. Mm-hmm. And now I understand that it's not going to use nearly as much gas as it takes to power a car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not
still
using
less.
a lot of gas. But it is kind of funny.
It's a fossil fuel, and that's what we are trying to get away from. And that's what Tesla was invented for, was to get away from that. So it's a little hypocritical. I'm going to go ahead and say it's a whack move. I think it's hypocritical. It defeats the purpose. I get it. It's a short-term thing. But it's not a good look for your business either, right? It's not a good look for Tesla.
And it's something that a lot of people don't even know about.
No, we just found out about it because of handing
I'm gonna go whack move as well on that one.
Hey, you know what, Scott? We agreed on every single topic.
No, we
this
didn't.
week, didn't we?
Yo, you know what? You can buy me lunch for that. Good job, buddy. Way to go. Remember we said that?
That's a consensus celebratory.
That was the last
sound
one,
effect.
wasn't it?
That was the last one, guys.
All right. I hope our landing is not as bad as our takeoff for this podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So, what are you thinking as far as ideas for Johnny Margiotta as far as this program, JM? What are you thinking?
Well, I think that we could give him a one bite challenge style, or the one bite pizza review style.
I say we just rip it off.
I
say we actually just follow the places that Dave has went to on Barstool. And every time John just like lays into Dave, we just do the same thing where he's like, Dave don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, but a lot of people are doing that already.
All right, so then we should go with something else. What should we do? Should we have him go and try to find like the best piece of lasagna? And that's what he does? He rates the lasagna? No, I'm just kidding.
We're going to be in Waterbury a lot this year, if that's the case.
I'm excited to do something with John.
Yeah.
He's my dude.
It's interesting. He's like a micro influencer in Waterbury.
He's a Waterbury influencer.
Yeah, he's got so many people that he knows and knows him.
Yeah.
And love to watch his
freaking JM.
He's just a staple in the community, this guy.
He is.
And
he's the ambassador of Waterbury.
So
Some call him the mayor of Town Plot. I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to call this guy the ambassador of the whole entire goddamn city of Waterbury.
I mean, Dave Portnoy's got the pizza rewiews. Glennie Ball's got the burger and beer reviews.
The thing is, it's got to be something quick.
I want to rip off the format. I don't want to rip off, I want to rip off how like guerrilla it is, where they just like walk outside the restaurant. I want to rip that off.
Because that's quick.
Because that's quick and easy.
Yes, that's what we need. We need something that's quick because Johnny's got time. Johnny's a busy dude. And obviously, we're not making any money off of this until we build it out. Mm. You know what I mean? And then we probably still won't make any money off of it, but it'll be fun as hell.
So we tell you what, why don't you leave your ideas in the comments section?
Hey, everybody!
Leave it in the comment section. No, we're gonna kick around some ideas and figure out what we can do because he's an incredibly entertaining guy and he knows. I know with
what we do, and with how he is, I know that we can put something good together. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Somebody else, if he's listening, we're going to find out if this guy listens to our podcast or not, because we're not going to say anything to him about it. We're just going to say it on the podcast.
Yep.
And if he listens to the podcast, he's going to reach out.
He's going to reach out.
Phil Hall, my guy, Phil Hall.
Yeah.
I want to do something with Phil. I have some ideas. The problem is Phil's super busy, you know, and I don't know that he can do this pro bono work with us. But I'm telling you what, though, I have some amazing ideas on some things that I want to do with Phil, and I think we could actually crush it if he had a little segment, even if it was once a month or whatever it is. I think it would be pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Phil, if you're listening to this episode 49 of the Mack Talks, shoot me a text, bro. Shoot me an email. I got ideas. I want to run them by you. Let's drink some cylinder vodka. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, all right. So that's going to conclude this episode of the Mack Talks. Chase, what I need you to do is, why don't you go ahead and close us out there, bucko?
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening in. It was great
To have ya.
to you. Go to the www.themacktalks.com to see all of our most recent episodes and content. Go to our Facebook page and our Instagram. Just type in MACK Talks, the Mack Talks. Go to iTunes, leave us a review. Every little bit helps. Give us if you're gonna leave us a review, then just give us 5 stars, because that's the only thing that really helps.
Yes.
And then we're also on Spotify and SoundCloud, so just type in the Mack Talks. You can see all of our content, all of our episodes there.
Picture. Sorry, never mind.
That's it, buddy. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's all I got. I got nothing.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on the other side, which is episode 50.
Love you.
Bye.